Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Just making sure that we are good to go. It looks like we're clear on my end. First and foremost, before I welcome everybody, I need to apologize. Our gardener just arrived and he never comes on Thursdays. And well, by golly, he's here. So if you hear the leaf blower in the background, I apologize. We're just going to have to power through it. So hello, friends. Happy Thursday. My name is Tammy Civello, and you are live right here, Cards by TLC, and welcome to my weekly card class to go. I know, we can't help them. Anyhow, if you are watching Thursday, January 25th, 11 a.m. Pacific time, you are live here. And whether you are joining me live or for the first time, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with us. Again, I apologize. He's going to be heading into the backyard here momentarily with that lovely leaf blower. So anyhow, welcome. Let's go ahead and get started. This week, if you would like to craft the exact cards, we are actually playing with the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder, and that is found on page 18 in the January to April mini catalog. We are also playing with the Flight and Airy designer paper that's found on page 6 in the celebration brochure. That is our free item this week. So I'm so excited to be playing with both of them. They paired really, really well together. And just like the Adoring Hearts hybrid bundle, this is also a hybrid bundle, so it cuts and embosses at the same time. And this is what you get the embossing folder and then the coordinating dies. What I love about this is that there's no stamping this week. This is taking care of all of our sentiments all at the same time. It has amazing sentiments. Thank you, hello, thinking of you, love you, oh happy day, you make me happy, get well, celebrate, just because, and sympathy. So I absolutely love this bundle. And let me go ahead and show you kind of how this works. Like I said, it works as our hybrid embossing folder. It comes with the words as well as these cute little decorative pieces, some little stars, some flowers, a rainbow and some clouds, and a heart. So you can add some additional element to your cards. But let me kind of show you, let's get this stuff out of the way, what we are going to be playing with today. And we are also playing with this brand new brayer. What I love about the brayer is that it's a heavy duty brayer. Not only is it heavy duty, but you see these feet right here? You can lay that down on your surface and it doesn't get ink on your background or anything like that. But we're not going to actually be braying today. I'm going to show you how to do it. I just don't want to, because we're dealing with different colors, I don't want to clean up in between each time frame. So for time's sake, I'm just going to kind of go through the thought process. But you definitely want to just add some warm water to this, and it just cleans right off because our inks are water-based. So you definitely want to clean that off, rinse that off, and I would try to maybe avoid using baby wipes. You can certainly use baby wipes, but you don't want anything that has lint on the inside. And there is our trusty little leaf blower. So what you do is you pick a color of your choice, and let me show you the different ones that I had. Hopefully he'll be quick. So you have kind of 4 different options. You can just emboss straightforward and cut, and that's what it looks like. It's just a straight embossed, and it's got that raised up thing. You can let me get the right ones here. This is what it looks like when you brayer directly onto the embossing folder. This is what it looks like if you want more of a solid image. What you would do is you would cut and emboss at the same time. However, you would keep it in here and you would brayer directly onto the embossed image, and it gives you more of a solid image. This is what it looks like if you use not cardstock, but the designer paper. It's more of a thinner thing, so it gives you more of a solid image as well. So that gives you, it's the same concept. I cut and embossed and then I brayered over the top of it. And this is what it looks like if you just take your blending brush and just brush the color on. So you have different options, but let me kind of quickly go over what we did, what I was talking about. What you typically do is you have your embossing folder, and then you can, that first step, you can lay that die right on there and it snaps directly on. And you definitely want to do it on the side that has the Stampin' Up. And then what you would do, you would cut it through, and then as I was mentioning that before, you lay that paper on, run it through the die cutting machine, and then it has the images over on this side, and then you would just brayer directly over those images. So that is one way. And then, like I said, you can directly add the ink directly onto the embossing folder, and you want a light touch, because otherwise let me tell you, I had quite the ordeal trying to learn the process of a heavy hand and a light hand. I definitely thank my friend Patty for showing me. It just takes a light hand and you run it through. And because that's going to have ink on it, you're going to want to be careful on placing that over. So kind of line that up. You don't want to like move it around, because that'll just smear the ink all over the place. And that's what I did. I was like, why is this not working for me? And then, like I said, you can use cardstock. However, I found, for me personally, I really liked the blue on the other side of this paper. Let me just quickly show you this paper. And hello, Jan, welcome. Yay, you are having sunny day, nice weather again. So happy to hear that. So look how pretty this paper is. This by far is probably my favorite designer paper in the celebration brochure. And on the other side of this, it has that nice blue. And we're playing with the blues and purples today, but that's just kind of the concept. And then you lay that carefully on, fold that over. Careful when you're folding that over, that doesn't move, and run it spine way through your cut and emboss machine, so that way it doesn't fall out of place. And then you'll have the embossed things, and then you would lift that up, and then you would run that extra ink over the top if you choose to do that path. But like I said, you have options. So let's go ahead and get started on today's projects. I just kind of wanted to show you, because to allow for sake and time of not running to rinse that off, I have, obviously with the magic of TV, we have already done all the work ahead of time. So I showed you the different formats. Again, let me just show you really quickly. This is what it looks like if you emboss onto the folder. This is what it looks like if you just cut and emboss with no ink. And this is what it looks like when you cut and emboss and then brayer the ink on. And again, this is what it looks like if you just use a blending brush. So many options. But let's go ahead and look at today's projects. We have we are playing with this paper. I'm telling you, this paper steals the whole show. And then, like I said, there's no stamping involved, so you can just kind of design and play with any sentiment that you want. So we'll be playing with different sentiments today. So let's go ahead and show you also in your kits for the card kits to go. I will pre-cut and prep the cardstock to you and supply any additional pieces like these different pieces that we have. Again, I won't be supplying any of like the sentiments or anything like that, because that will be what you purchase. And again, you get these kits, 6 cards of 2 of each design. When you place an order of $50 or more in my online store. And of course, during celebration, you get to choose that free product. So I highly recommend. I will be supplying the designer pieces for today's kits. But if you want to continue on making more cards with this same design, I would highly recommend getting the Flight and Airy designer paper. And also, like I mentioned last week, if you would like to purchase the kits just by themselves, I am offering them for purchase for $15 plus shipping and handling. And the form is in the description box below. But let's go ahead and, like I said, you will be receiving one of a 6x6 of that designer paper. And then I am also supplying you with 2 6x6 cardstocks in Fresh Freesia and Boho Blue. So in our first kit, you will be receiving a top folding card base in Fresh Freesia. You'll be receiving a basic white panel piece, and of course our decorative little strip from our designer paper. And then you will be receiving a pre-cut, this is the largest of the scalloped and contour dies. You'll be receiving a piece of designer paper that will go inside that, inside the scalloped and contours. And you will also be receiving the label die from the Something Fancies labels. So let's go ahead and choose our sentiments. Like I said, with the magic of TV, I have already redone that for you. So I'm thinking, I mean, Celebrate is really nice. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do the You Make Me Happy to change things up a little bit. So like I said, I've already done that ahead of time. So this is going to be quick and easy going forward. So of course we start with our inside panel piece. Always. And so let's go ahead and add our decorative strip. Sorry, I got really wordy there for a hot minute, because when you're in your own element and then all of a sudden a large leaf blower sound in the background kind of throws you off base. Oops. Let's go ahead and glue that to the bottom. And then bring in our seal. Like I said, this is just a preference that I always do. I just sometimes it leaves a little bit of like squiggly lines, so I want to keep that nice and smooth surface. There we go. And then we're going to glue our panel piece onto our scallop contour die. How is everybody doing? I haven't checked comments. I've just been chatty Cathy the past few minutes. I saw that Gian came in and Patty's here. Welcome, ladies. I love these birds. The color palette is beautiful. You can pick up on any of these colors for the background. I love the fresh freesia, but you can also pick up on blues and calypso coral maybe. And even into the pinks, maybe a dusty rose or I keep saying like our old color, but it's not, we did have a rose color, but Misty Moonlight would be great. The greens, so any of the background color would be fantastic. And then I'm going to pop you up with some dimensionals. I don't have any sheets near me, so let's go ahead and just use some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this baby up. Hi Karen, welcome. Welcome in everybody. There we go. I don't want to cover up the birdie. Let's see, because each pattern is kind of different. I don't want to cover up the birdie face, so we're just going to go a little bit higher this time because I don't want to cover up the cute little bird. I can't do it. So then we're going to come in and just add some Tom to our sentiments. And then we are going to add, you can use any embellishment you want. It doesn't even need an embellishment, but I'm going to go ahead and use the flat adhesive backed pearls because it picks up on all the colors. Maybe one there, then maybe one up there. There we go. Those are the two different ways of doing that with the two different sentiments. So let's go ahead and bring in kit number 2. And kit number 2 is our 3 strips of designer paper and then the bigger hello sentiments. Like I said, no matter how you cut up this paper, it is the star of the show for sure. So first and foremost, I'm just going to kind of lay out how I want my birdies. I think I want to see it just kind of, they're having a little bird party. So I'm going to start off by adding our designer paper to our strips of boho blue. So you'll be receiving the 3 strips of designer paper as well as the 3 strips of boho blue, and then our standard card base, which is the thick basic white. Thank you, Patty. I know you're happy with this paper too, but gosh, I thought the Valentine's Day paper was, the Adoring Hearts paper was my favorite. No, this is really, really pretty. And it has just great designs on it. Like I said, you have the birds on one side and then you have, well, let's just show you. You have the birds on the one side, and then on the opposite side you have some more flowers, some browns, some greens, some purples. So anytime I have a free choice, I've been picking this designer paper. I'm gonna probably have like a gazillion packets of them. I didn't do that last one. Well, let's go ahead and lay down our first little birdie. I didn't add our last little bird. I got sidetracked. Talk about a squirrel moment. It has been very popular. Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. It definitely has been popular, and I'm honestly would not be surprised if they didn't sell out of this paper first. But you know what? Some people don't necessarily like birds. I personally love them, and I think they're cute. Especially these birdies. These birds are not creepy looking birds. They're cute birds. They kind of remind me like the little birds that Snow White had. There we go. And then let's bring out our hello, I think. We're going to keep that one at hello because that one's really big. Although thank you might work too. Thank you's a little bit smaller because there's like a lot of white that this kind of breaks up that white. So we're going to keep it with the hello on this one. And I didn't cut another strip of designer paper, but you can certainly add a strip of that designer paper on the inside to break that up as well. Okay, and let's bring in some more pearls. You're so right, Karen. This paper absolutely does all the work for you. You don't have to, it's the star of the show. You really can keep things simple with just the paper and a sentiment. And there is project number 2. Now you'll notice like the lighter and the darker. I used Highland Heather for the ink that I rolled directly onto the embossing folder. And this one I used Gorgeous Grape. So you have your lighter version and your darker version. Many options. Okay, and let's bring in project number 3. See, I mean, look at this. I mean, it just absolutely does all the work. So the pieces that you'll be receiving in this kit, you'll be receiving a top folding card base in boho blue. You'll be receiving a inside panel piece in basic white. And then, of course, our strip of designer paper. You'll be receiving the embossed, softly sophisticated embossing folder, another strip of boho blue, and then I use the largest circle die of the Stylish Shapes, and you'll be receiving the cut out designer paper already of our cute little bird. So we are going to start off with our inside piece again, as always. And then we are going to add our strip of designer paper at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, friends. When I first played with the brayer, it definitely takes a minute to get used to. I was so frustrated and couldn't figure it out. And finally, I went over to my friend Patty's house because we were working on some free gifts for our upcoming class next month. And we walked it through and she showed me some tips and bam, I got it. Okay, and then we're going to come in with our front panel piece right here. And the key to the trick is definitely use a light hand and be careful when you're placing your die down, because I was like shifting it too much and I was smearing the ink, and the inks were turning out, my die cuts were turning out blotchy, and I couldn't figure it out, and whew, quite the ordeal, but we figured it out. So if you use those tips, you'll have a nice finished project. Let's go ahead and put our little birdie up here. Go. And for the ink on this, I did Misty Moonlight. So let's kind of bring in, maybe, where's my thank you? Ah, here it is. Let's see. Ooh, that pops. That's nice and soft, but I kind of think we need that darker image. Now, again, this is, when I've already die cut it, ran it through, and then added the ink at the end. So I think I'm going to go with the darker one this time. I need thank you cards, so this is perfect. And I think on my original, I popped it up, but I think I like it flatter. So that's a popped up version, and this is the flat version. And then we will finish off with our pearls again. I'm so thankful that our gardener was quick and not super loud through the whole live. It was just the first part. Okay, there we have it. Let's bring back our projects and what we did today. And there we have it. Which bird do you guys like the most? This is kind of hard, huh? Again, I love them all, like seriously, and I'm not just saying that, I'm 100%. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. What is your guys' favorite project? I think, I really, really like this one, but I really love them all. I love the little baby birdies in these, and maybe the mama bird in that one. The last one is your fave? I know that thank you really pops. That really brings it out. Number 1 is Gianne's favorites. Oh my gosh, ugh, so excited. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's projects. I would love for you to make sure you click that like button on my video. That helps my channel grow out so more people can see. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And as Gianne did earlier, she shared my live, share my live with your crafting friends, and I hope that they can make their way of finding their way to my channel. But I want to thank you all for stopping by, and make sure that you join me next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.